Welcome to the coolest stuff on the planet.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, Rachel? So what are we going to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about, we're going to see a rainbow.
Rainbows, awesome. And where are we doing it?
We're going to do that in Africa.
Oh, Africa. Well, let's go there.
Let's do it.
Okay, but let's talk about rainbows first.
Okay, tell me about rainbows.
Okay, so rainbows are, it's basically light, white light that has all the color spectrum within it being refracted through a prism. And it separates all those component colors out, right? So yeah, there are lots of things that can be a prism, right?
Right. And one of the most common, obviously, is raindrops. And that's what happens usually after a storm. You have light, you have water still in the air, and the light reflects off and bends through the raindrops, and then you have rainbow.
Get this pretty bent thing of light.
That's
really
right.
Awesome.
Bent light.
But anyway, the reason why we're going to Victoria Falls is because it's a rainbow maker.
It is a rainbow central.
Yes, exactly. So a couple of things about it. It's actually part of the Zambezi River, right? That's actually straddling Zimbabwe and Zambia.
Right. And so the river basically plunges off this huge cliff. It falls like almost 400 feet off this huge crack in the earth.
Yeah, and once it hits, that's where it gets crazy, right?
Because all that rapidly tumbling water, and there's a lot of it, especially in the wet season, creates this huge massive spray, which is kind of like smoke, which rises over 1,000 feet in the air.
Wow, so it rises over twice as high as it fell.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, and that right there, it's just a giant prism, right?
It's a bunch of prisms.
Millions and millions of prisms, and all the light hits it, and then you can get multiple rainbows.
Yeah, you get double rainbows. You get and Victoria Falls pretty much always has a rainbow or rainbows.
Because the spray really doesn't go away, right?
Right, except for when the water is lower, and then it's not as crazy. But yeah, there's usually a spray.
And I've also heard that in certain times when there's a full moon, you can get a moonbow.
Oh yeah, I love this. This is a lunar rainbow, and it's basically the same principle as sunlight and water or prism, but it's moonlight refracting through the water, the spray.
Yes, a refraction of a reflection. Pretty cool stuff.
That's true. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
It's like a rainbow in the dark.
Yeah, it is. Kind of makes me want to form a metal band called Rainbow and get Ronnie James Dio to be my lead singer. I think I'm gonna give him a call, okay?
Okay. Good luck with that. So this place with this huge spray, these falls, obviously create a big impression on people that see it.
Oh yes, and it has for a long time, right?
Right.
But probably the coolest thing about these falls is the intense stuff that you can do there, right?
Yeah. This place is like an extreme athlete's paradise, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah.
So there's this place at the top of the falls, natural rock formation, kind of a pool, called the Devil's Swimming Pool.
Oh, it's so intense. This whole place is metal, but keep going.
It's a place where crazy vacationers can jump in, and it looks like they're going to be carried over the edge. But at the last minute, this rock wall stops them, and they're basically there with their elbows over the edge of the falls looking over.
Oh, 400 feet down. So, okay, going back to rainbows, though. If you really want to get the best view of a rainbow, I would recommend, as an expert, the microlight flights. Okay, so these little microlights are basically little backward go-kart glider things that you can take, and you can get ridden all around Victoria Falls, basically, and you can go over rainbows, under rainbows. You can't really go through rainbows. You could try, but I don't think it would really work.
You get a little damp.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you can also bungee jump off of this huge bridge called the Victoria Falls Bridge. Apparently it's really popular to go and do that. It was built in 1905, and people have been trying to kill themselves, but only slightly for a long time.
Right, in a semi-safe way.
Yes, a semi-safe way of trying to kill yourself.
That's a pretty extreme way to see a rainbow, upside down.
Yes. Oh, and that's why you should go to the Victoria Falls and see it. You can see it. You can see the rainbows from above. You can see the rainbows upside down. You can see them from the ground.
From the inside.
In a moonlight. You can see rainbows at night.
This is a rainbow paradise, people.
Please go to Victoria Falls.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com and let us know what you think. Email travelpodcast@howstuffworks.com. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts, free on iTunes.